Welcome everyone, thanks for tuning in to BODHI. My name is JJ and we have Casey practicing with us here today. We've got a 60-minute Vinyasa flow class in store for us, and we're going to start class on our backs. So once you find yourself on your back, let's bend your knees. Bring your knees together to touch up top and separate your feet about mat distance apart. And let your eyes flicker closed. And just begin your practice by observing. Just observe the process of your breath. Observe the quality of your mind. Observe your energy level. Just give yourself a moment to arrive and land on your mat. And allow your next in-breath to fill all the way up to the top lobes of your lungs. When you reach the peak, briefly suspend the breath and then let it go with a sigh. Full breath in through the nose. Open your mouth and let it go. All right. So hug your knees in towards your torso. Grab a yoga block and you're going to place the yoga block skinny level right in between your knees. And now your feet are going to come to the mat, heels right in line with your sitting bones. And as you pull your knees forward, let your hips lift up to bridge pose. And let's actually reach your arms back over your head. So you're reaching your knees and your hands apart. Just take a few breaths here. Feel the hamstrings engage. Right? Feel that strong engagement where your hamstrings tethered to the sitting bones, right at the gluteal fold. So engaging the back body, opening the front body. Now as you exhale, let your hips come to the floor all the way down. Reach your arms forward. Lift your head and peel your shoulders off the mat. Lift the chin off the sternum. Give the block a nice squeeze. Your legs are going to go straight forward at like a 45-degree angle. Wake up the toes, spread the balls of the feet as you imprint your low back into the floor. A couple breaths here. Now we're going to go back to the bridge pose. So feet plant, arms go back, head drops, inhale, hips lift up. Try to get the hips as high as you can, maybe the highest point of the pose. And as you exhale, hips lower. Right, arms forward, chest and head lifts, and your legs shoot straight out, 45 degrees. Back to the bridge pose. So feet plant, head drops, inhale, arms go back, hips lift up. Exhale, hips lower down, reach forward, chest, legs lift. Bridge pose, feet drop, inhale, arms go back, hips bridge up. Exhale, hips lower down, reach forward, peel the chest up, reach the legs. Bridge pose, inhale. Exhale, hips drop, reach forward. Just one more time. Bridge pose, inhale. Exhale. And relax, hug your knees into the chest, ditch the block off to the side. Let's find tabletop position however you would like to get on all fours. So the center of your shoulders will be stacked right over the center of the wrist, and your hips are stacked right over the knees. Right? Ground down through the knuckles, ground down to the shin bones. And we're going to initiate this cat pose by releasing your sacrum away from your lumbar. All right, and then you round the low back, the mid back. The head's the last thing to drop. Now lift that vertebra between your ears first, and then that ripples all the way down the spine to the tip of the tailbone. That's going to cause you to breathe in. Right? And then exhale, sacrum, low back, mid back, upper back. Inhale, head lifts, chain reaction all the way down the spine. I'll cut you loose. Do this a few times by yourself. Yeah. Close your eyes if you want. And doing your best just to keep the arms fixed and the shoulders, fixed. And we're just trying to bring that mobility through the spine. And we'll meet in neutral. You got the natural curves in the spine, the sitting bones aimed straight back behind you, this wide shelf in your upper back. Tucking your toes under, right? Hover your knees off the floor, just the slightest bit. Lift up here. Right foot's gonna sneak into the plank position. Left foot goes to the plank position. Right, so feel that you're going in two different directions. You're trying to separate your hips from your spine. Right? Reaching the heels back and the crown of your head forward. A couple breaths here. And then lift up so much you go to downward facing dog. Hips go up and back. Right, lift your heels high. And then exaggerate the tops of your inner thighs, spiraling towards the wall behind you. That should help to create space around the sacrum and the lumbar. Right? So can you maintain the height of your hips as you just stretch your heels back? And they'll start to go down. As you stretch the heels away from the toes away from the heels. Yeah, all your fingers drop and slide forward. The forearms lift away from the floor, the kneecaps lift up towards your hips. And then turn your triceps down as you pull the inner shoulders apart. And keeping those front ribs hugging in as your hips just pull back out of your wrist, back out of your wrist. Walk your hands towards your feet. Uttanasana, forward fold at the back of your mat. Bend your knees as much as you need to allow your torso to get flush to the thighs. Take your hands to your calves. Push the calves forward with your hands. Let the skull dangle. Unhinge the jaws, but maintain the fullness of the breath. Let's lace up your fingers behind your back. Seal the palms together. Stretch the knuckles up. You can switch the lace of your fingers. The opposite pinky will go in front. And energetically, the backs of your legs are lifting up. The back of your pelvis lifts up. Nice release through the whole posterior chain of the body. So unlace the hands. Bring your hands to your shin bones. Take a half lift. Inhale, extend your spine. Exhale, fold. Right, same thing. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bow down. Half lift, inhale, and exhale, fold. Right, hands to the mat, walk it all the way out to the plank position. So keep resisting gravity, keep your heels glued to the back wall. As you broaden your chest, bend your arms for chaturanga, lower halfway down. Yep, drop to the mat, all the way to the floor. Come to Sphinx pose. You're gonna bring your forearms to the mat. Elbows under the shoulders. Seal the wrist down. Right? Try to scrub your forearms towards your feet. Right? And then try to separate the mat down the middle. So you're trying to pull your mat apart. That should broaden the chest. Smile the collarbones. So your feet will stay flat like you're doing up dog. Right? And you're going to go for as much length as you can, and that's going to lift you up to forearm plank with your feet flat. It's a interesting variation of the forearm plank pose. Those upper traps soften. And let's exaggerate the rounding today, Casey. So really round, round, round. Yes. Now you feel the front body really engaged. It should start to feel like there's this little Bunsen burner right underneath your belly, and it's just your low belly just catches fire. Right. So these movements are going to be with the breath. Let your knees come down, your pelvis go down. Inhale, pull your chest through, shoulder blades down, nice. And as you exhale, go for the length, and that's going to peel yourself off of the mat. Inhale, legs, hips, pelvis drops, pull the chest through, and then exhale, coil yourself up. Inhale, Sphinx pose. Exhale, interesting version of forearm plank pose. A couple more times. Inhale, exhale. Sort of like cat-cow, but in forearm plank. So fun. Inhale, Sphinx pose. Exhale. There you go. Sphinx pose. Inhale. And then let your head drop down on your exhale. Yep. Child's pose. Deal? All right. So let your hips anchor back on the heels. Crawl your hands as far forward as you can. And plug the palms. It's like your elbows lift away from the floor. And as your triceps hug in, those inner shoulders, they pull away from the neck. Downward facing dog. Tuck your toes under. Lift your hips up. All right, walk your feet forward towards your hands, all the way up to the front of the mat. Yep. Head drops, bend your knees. So round the lowest part of your spine and ragdoll your spine up to stand. So you slowly just pile the vertebrae of the spine on top of one another. Your head is the last to slinky up. And we're in Tadasana, the mountain pose. Yeah, rooting down through the feet as you lift the crown of the head up. Palms face forward, those arms are externally rotated. And let's circle your arms out and up as you breathe in. And then go forward to fold as you breathe out. Inhale, reach your heart forward. Step your left foot backwards. Drop the left knee down. So just one breath. Inhale, arms lift, gaze and your spine lift. Exhale, hands down. Tuck the toes, straighten the back leg. Step to downward facing dog. All right. Crown of the head takes you forward to plank pose. Inhale. Broaden your chest as you bend your arms. Exhale. Up dog. Inhale, roll over the feet. Legs straight, shoulder heads back. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. Inhale, lift your left leg up and back. Exhale, step your left foot in between your hands. Back knee to the floor, just one breath. Inhale, go up, up, up. Exhale, hands down. Step forward. Inhale, lengthen the front spine. Exhale, fold in. Push your feet down to stand up. Inhale. Exhale, pull it into the heart as you get a little taller. Inhale, arms circle out and up. Lift your lats up. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, open. Step your right foot back. Exhale. Drop the knee. Inhale, lift up. Side waist lifts. Exhale, hands down. Step to downward facing dog. Inhale, shift to plank. Exhale, bend your arms. Elbows go straight back. Nice. Inhale, roll over the feet. Outer ankles firm. In. Exhale. Hips lift, downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch your right leg back and up. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Back knee drops. Inhale, reach up beyond your fingertips. Exhale, palms plant. Step forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, we rise, reach, look up. Exhale, pull it into the heart. That was one round. Let's do another one. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, fold. When the breath empties, coil into the legs. Inhale, heart forward. Right, left foot backwards. Knee drops. One breath. Inhale, lift yourself off your hips. Exhale, hands down, very quietly, go to down dog. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, bend your arms. Inhale, roll over the feet, inner thighs high to the sky. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step the left foot in between your hands. Back knee drops. Inhale, arms lifted, inner body lifts up. Exhale, hands down. Step to the front of your mat. Inhale, your chest forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand up, reach up, look up. Exhale, pull it into the heart. Inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, open. Exhale, right foot steps back. Knee drops down. Inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, palms plant. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, bring your shoulders over your wrist. Exhale, bend your arms. Inhale, roll over the feet, lift the back of the heart. Exhale, hips pull back. Right leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Left knee down. One breath, inhale, go for it. Exhale, hands down. Step forward. Inhale, look out. Exhale, look in. Inhale, stand tall, reach high. Exhale, pull it into the heart. Starting to warm up. Inhale, arms lift, hips pull back, chair pose. Right. Lift your heels high, please. Yeah. Start to descend your hips all the way down to the floor. Lie down on your back. And we're going to find crow pose on your back for a little bit. All right? So you're going to glue the inner feet together. The big toe mounds, those inner heels pressed together. Right? Reach your arms up towards the ceiling and lift your shoulders and your head up. So bring your inner knees, right, to peek around your outer shoulders. Those inner knees, they clip on the outer shoulders. Now let's, sacrum lifts up, right? Your hips are lifting up. How high can those shoulders lift up off the floor? Yeah. So think about connecting your heels and your sit bones. So as your heels pull down, try to lift your butt up towards the heels. Yeah. Right, so you're going to keep the chest lifted, right, and you're going to reach your legs forward. So it's like you're going from crow pose, jumping back to the chaturanga position. Yep, so we create this hollow front body here. Just a little blueprint for what we're about to do after this. Right? And now come back to the crow pose. Bring those inner knees to the outer shoulders. Tight little ball, squeeze in. And then inhale, explode open, legs shoot back. Maybe the arms go back if you want to make it harder. And then exhale, bring it in, this tight little ball. Just a couple more. Inhale, legs shoot long. Exhale, bring it in. Right, one more. Inhale. Exhale. Relax. Right. Take your hands behind your knees. Right. Start to rock up and down the length of your spine. Up and down, just a couple times. And you're going to get some momentum, and you're going to roll forward into the Malasana pose, the garlands pose. Right. So let's go traditional, more traditional variation today. So you're gonna bring your feet together. Yep. And then split the knees apart, let your hips drop down towards your heels. So from here, try to get your elbows down towards the floor. And then fasten your triceps back on the shins, the knees. Very nice. Right? So feel the low back rounding the mid back and the upper back. It's like a hula hoop. There's no part of the spine that's more rounded than the other parts. Right? Seal the feet together. Right? Now you're going to start to lift your head up. Lift your elbows up. We're going to go to the crow pose. So like an airplane taking off, you can go forward, bringing the elbows over the wrists so the forearms are vertical. 1 foot, maybe 2 feet lift up. But like we did on the floor, try to bring your butt to your heels up towards the butt. Right? Casey, lift up the sternum. There you go. Lift the space behind the back of your heart. So nice. Jump, step, plan your escape out of there. Nice. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple breaths here. So just, you've got the potential of handstand in your arms here. Those arms are so straight. Palms rooting. Lift your head up higher than you think. Those collarbones even lift up. Bend your knees, squeeze the last drop of breath out of your body, and then travel up towards the hands. Inhale, extension. Exhale, flexion. Hips drop back. Inhale, arms lift up. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Right. Weights in the backs of the heels. Bring your hands to your heart. Let's twist your breath out to the right. So the left arm's going to hook outside the right leg. If you notice your left knee is jutting way out past the right, it's the left thigh bone plugging back into the hip socket that gets those knees even Steven. Yes, breathe the hips and the ribs apart as you place your shoulder blades flat against the wall behind you. And just ask yourself if that lingering, unnecessary tension starts to accumulate in those upper traps. Let that soften. And then it's over. We come back through the middle, chair pose, inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. Right arm hooks outside the left leg. Right. Shin bones resist back. Right. Inner thighs soften down. And the front of your body just absorbs into the back of the body. Spread the collarbones, spread the chest open. Maybe you look up. The inhale will pull you back to the middle, chair pose. And exhale, we fold. Inhale, look forward. Yep, step your left foot backwards. Drop the left knee down. Bring your hands to your hips, scalp to the sky. So you're going to tuck the back toes under for me, please. So we got the upright pelvis, neutral position of the pelvis. That gives you the most length up through the spine. Right? You're going to bury the front heel. Your back knee is just going to lift up a little bit. Just a little bit, just a drop. You're going to reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Latch your thumbs this time. Try to pull your thumbs apart. So we mimic handstand in our arms here. So the hard part is to keep the upright pelvis as you start to lift the left inner thigh up to straighten this back leg. Don't let those hips go up so high. Yes. Yeah. And then work this back leg bone, lifting up against the neutral pelvis. You're going to feel that front left pelvis get a nice little stretch there. Ay, ay, ay. So nice. Standing splits. Hands down, left leg up. Let the head drop. All right, couple breaths here. Just splitting the legs apart in the air. Right, hips are level. Right. You got a couple more breaths here. If you are into handstands and you feel like handstands might be a valid option here, you're going to plant the palms flat on the mat. Right. Inner arms lifting, inner shoulders lifting. Right. Electrifying this left leg. Just a light, controlled little hop. Maybe that right leg comes up to join. You make one leg up top, just binding the legs together. Casey, we got a fun transition here. Look forward, tuck your toes. Woo. Oh, yeah. Downward facing dog. Nice. All right, please come to plank pose. Swivel your heels to the right. Reach your left arm up. Vashisthasana, side plank on that right hand. So just imagine that you're flat against the wall behind you. So the back of your skull is in line with the back of your sacrum. And those 2 points are also going away from each other. So as the sacrum goes towards the heels, the back of the neck goes away from that. Hug those front ribs in. There you go. Lift your left leg up as high as you can. Lift that left leg up. Lift the bottom hip up. Bring your left knee towards your top armpit. Fold that left knee in towards your chest. Left foot sneaks up to the front of the mat. Drop the back knee down. One breath. Inhale, reach up beyond your fingers. Exhale, hands down. Step to the front. Inhale, look up and lengthen everything. Exhale, fold. Hips sink, arms rise. Inhale to chair pose. Yeah. So resist the shins back. And we're going to twist to the left first this time. So bring the hands to the heart. Your right arm's going to twist outside that left leg. Yeah. Palms press for some leverage. Your thumbs are being magnetized right into the center of your sternum. Nice. Come through the middle. Inhale. And then exhale, twist to the right. Left arm hooks outside your right leg. Soften your inner thighs down towards the floor. That's going to bring space around the low back for you. And keep trying to breathe your hips back and your ribs forward so we really clear out the lumbar spine. Come through the middle, inhale, chair pose. Fold, exhale. Inhale, open. Step your right foot backwards. Drop the knee down. Inhale, lift the arms up. Actually bring the hands to the pelvis, tuck the back toes under. And just pause. So we're making a square with this front leg. The left thigh bone's parallel towards the mat, knees right over the ankle. Push this left foot down so much that your back knee just accidentally hovers. Yes. So as the front pelvis lifts, the back ribs lift. We've got the pelvic wheel going on. We've got the rib wheel going on. Right? Tops of the ears are lifting up. Your arms lift up out of the waist. Latch your thumbs the opposite way. Try to pull the thumbs apart. Hardest part is this back leg bone lifting up against the weight of your pelvis, keeping the neutral pelvis. Back ribs lift. There you go, Newman. Keep going up. Use your legs pushing down to lift up a little higher. Yeah. And it's over. Hands down. Right leg lifts. Standing splits. You got the big toe knuckle, you got the little toe knuckle pushing down, you've got the inner heel, the outer heel pushing down. And that should get your left hip just floating on the head of your left femur bone. Right? And then without flaring your right hip open, working the right leg bone, lifting up. Just the same work we just did in crescent pose. So you get full credit if you hold here for 5 breaths. Right? Handstand prep work. The left foot can come a few inches back. And as you plant the hands, turn your hands into your feet. You got to turn your arms into your legs, creating this horseshoe shape by lifting the inner arms and the inner shoulders up. Right? It's just a light press down and a lift up. Yes, making one leg up top. Tailbone's chasing the heels. And then find your exit however you like to get out of there. It's downward facing dog. All right. Swivel your heels to the left. Reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Nice. Shoulder blades, get them out of your neck. They slide down into the back pockets. And then separate the shoulder blades apart. Unveil the back of your heart. Shoulder blade protraction is what we're after. This right shoulder blade pushes the right arm up higher. And then use this left bottom waist to fill up the top waist. Yes. Maybe, just maybe, this right leg lifts up as high as it can go. And you're going to fold this top knee and bring it in towards your chest to ninja step up to the front of the mat. Drop the left knee down. Just one breath. Inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, hands down. Step forward. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Stand up, hands to the heart, exhale. Chair pose, sit low. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Step your left foot to the back. Crescent pose, inhale, lift your arms up. Hands to the heart. Tip your chest forward. Get as long as you can through the midline of your body, and you're going to twist to the right. Left arm hooks outside your right leg. So know that you really can't lift your left thigh bone up high enough. So instead of letting that left hip just roll down towards the floor, that left hip, same height as the right hip. And then connect the right sitting bone towards the right heel towards your right sitting bone. So you really get those right hamstrings ignited. And then lean back, Casey. Pull your low belly away from the front leg. Yeah, pull your front ribs into the back body. Couple more breaths. And as you drop anchors in the feet, inhale, crescent pose, just one breath. Yeah, exhale, hands down. Standing splits. All right, so you got a few breaths here. You can jump ship at any time. Handstand junkies, if you want another handstand prep. Palms flat, arms straight. You can hop that right foot back a few inches. So we learn through repetition, unfortunately, especially with handstand. Handstand, you can't order one off the internet or from Amazon Prime. It just shows up at your door. But first step, just to believe in yourself. If cauliflower can become pizza, you can definitely do a handstand. All right, so look forward, broaden your chest. Inhale. Yes. Down dog. Exhale. Step your left foot forward. Turn your back heel in. Warrior two. Your right arm's going to pull you up. And we finally open up into external. It should feel nice. Oh. So, those of you at home, just imagine that my hand was against your front knee and you're resisting that left knee forward into my hand. And that should help you to plug that front thigh bone back into the hip socket. Right. What we're after, lengthen the inseam in Warrior Two. Right. So the inseam lengthens forward, does a U-turn around the front of your knee and helps to clip that greater trochanter into the socket. And Casey, I bet that front pelvis can, there you go. And there's a twist above your navel, twisting to the back. Arms pull apart. You can imagine that you're karate chopping your wrist back against the wall behind you. How annoying is this assist, Casey? Jeez. All right. So a fun, tricky party trick transition. Right? Your left hand is going to plant to the floor outside of that front foot. And then your left foot is going to lift up. Your left knee is going to lift up for this funky version of side plank pose. Ay, ay, ay. Nice. Right, now when you exhale, I want you to bring that left knee high up that left arm as you can get it. Try to kiss it up there. Yes! And when you inhale, come back where you came from. Lift that left inner thigh up. So nice. And as you exhale, bring that knee right there again. Just one more time. Third time's the charm. And exhale, left knee, left arm. So can you keep that connection? Bring your right palm down. Turn to the back heel. Now lift your left arm up. All right, can you bring that knee to this arm again? So wild thing, Casey, kickstand that left foot behind you. So nice. The pelvis lifting is the star of the show. Nice. Top arm up. Look down. Top knee is going to fold in towards your chest again, just like we did last round, and then step that left foot all the way up to the front. Drop the back knee, just one breath. Inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, hands down. Step forward. Inhale, look out. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, stand up, reach up, look up. Exhale, pull it into the heart. And that was just one side. Here comes the second side. Chair pose. Inhale, sit low. Fold your breath out. Inflate your heart forward. Step your right foot to the back. Crescent pose. Inhale. Arms up. So hands to the heart. Right. Reach your scalp as far forward as you can out of the back heel. Lift up the low belly. Twist to the left. Right arm's going to hook outside that left leg. Yes. So we have this tendency to allow the left hip to just swing off to the side, laying in that hip socket. Right. We want to grip the left hip in. Lift the right inner thigh up so that right thigh bone is like getting embedded into the hamstring muscles. And how much space can you possibly get from the heel to the roof of the mouth? Right. And get all the way around yourself. Right. Last three. Just two more. And as you push your feet down a little more, let that lift you up to crescent pose. Inhale. Exhale, hands down, standing splits, right leg lifts up. You're more than welcome to stay here. If you're after another handstand, plant the hands. You can hop that left foot back a few inches. Right? So, and you never want to let your shoulders go past your wrist. And the arms staying straight is more important than getting to a handstand. Just a press down and a float up. Once you get it up, can you, very nice, Casey, get out of that lumbar, pull your front ribs, close your front ribs and go up, up, up. Look forward, bend your arms. Inhale. Exhale. Step your right foot forward. Pivot the back heel in. All right. Left arm's going to pull you up. Warrior two, Virabhadrasana B. And you can use this as a resting pose if you want. You know, if you're type A and you like to go balls to the wall every practice, every pose, every time, I ask yourself, why? And I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just wondering, just a question. Right. There you are. Right. So take your inner thighs and reach them away from the pelvis. Yeah. Back of the spine gets long. So the sacrum and the back of your neck, they're sort of opposing each other. Right? And then stretch your chest apart. Your shoulder blades are pushing your arms apart. Just trace your breath. So your right armpit, try to reach it out past the knee to place your right hand down. Now your right leg is going to start to turn up towards the ceiling, lifting that right foot up off the mat. That back foot is sealed, right? So as you breathe out, bring your right knee and try to stamp it on the right triceps. When you breathe in, re-lift that right inner thigh high. Exhale, right knee, right arm. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, bring it on. One more time, inhale. Exhale, right knee to the arm. Can you keep that connection? Place your left hand down. Try to get the right knee to the arm and then swivel the left heel to the left. Reach your right arm up. Yogi's gone wild. Wild thing. Kickstand that top foot underneath towards the front wrists. Reach your right arm towards the ceiling. Look down. Bring your top knee all the way towards the chest to meticulously step to the front. Drop the back knee down. One breath. Inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, hands down. Step forward. Inhale. Exhale. Stand up. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, pull it into the heart. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, we fold. Inhale to open up. Step or go direct to chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right. So from here, come to plank pose. So you're going to keep the feet how they are. You're going to come to upward facing dog with your heels lifted like the plank. Yes. The legs have to be really strong for this variation. You really have to exaggerate the inner thighs rolling up towards the ceiling. And then from here, come to plank pose. And then pull back to the dog pose. Right. So we're going to go right into upward facing dog, same variation as we just did. Inhale, just come right into the up dog. And then exhale, down dog. So just one more time. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. I lied. Inhale, upward facing dog. And then from here, come to plank. Bend your arms, chaturanga. Drop to the floor. Point the toes back. Place the forehead down. And just your right leg's going to lift up. And place it down. And your left leg reaches back so much that it accidentally lifts up. And you place it down. Reach your arms back along your sides. Palms can be on the mat. So feet push down like up dog. Right? Hands push down. And then draw the weight to your pubic bone. The sacrum releasing towards the feet should put the weight in the pubic bone. And then just lift yourself up for this little back bend here. You can push your hands into the mat, push the feet into the mat. And go for this. And now bring the legs into the mix. Legs lift. And then the arms lift up. Stay here or bend your knees and catch your feet. Instead of the ankles, it's not, I don't know if it's really right or wrong, but just go for the feet today and then curl your toes around your fingers. So it's like your feet are holding your hands. Your hands aren't holding the feet. Your feet hold the hands. Does that make sense?
I don't know.
Yeah. And then keep pointing your tailbone to the knees. And find your fullest expression of the Dhanurasana, the bow pose. All right, release. Drop the legs. So set up your hands for the chaturanga. Yeah. Feet are going to be flat, upward facing dog. Inhale, come on up to the Urdhva Mukha. All right, so this is really fun. You're going to keep your feet flat and come to Chaturanga with your feet flat. Not fun, she says. Drop down, all the way down. All right, reach your arms back behind you. All right, peel yourself off your mat. So it's like only the pubic bone is on the floor. So it's like a headstand, but a pubic bone stand. So pull the skin of your low belly forward. Yeah. Bend your knees, catch your ankles, just like last time. Curl your toes around your hands. Draw your shin bones back to open the front shoulders. And without being over-aggressive or greedy, just find the fullest expression. And release, it's over. All right. Plant your hands to mimic Chaturanga. All right, so tuck your toes this time, so the heels are high. Come to upward facing dog like this. Yes. And then to Chaturanga. Drop down to the mat. Point the toes, drop the forehead. Peel yourself up off the mat. Arms, legs, bend your knees, catch the ankles. Shin bones draw back. So if there are concentrated sensations, say, in your lumbar spine here, you can always do a little less. Right? Trying to keep the sensations along your spine just distributed evenly throughout. And then lift up your ears, lift up your crown of the head and release. It is over. Feet flat, hands to Chaturanga, upward facing dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Pigeon pose. What a relief. You can take your time to settle into the pigeon. If you look back at your left leg and it's going on the diagonal way off to the left, you just want to make sure that left leg's going straight back out of your hip. If your right hip is lifted off of the mat, you're more than welcome to slide a bolster, blanket, anything that will raise the floor up to meet your right hip. And find that your head and your chest are supported so you can really soften and let go. For me, this is the hard part of the yoga class. Right? The surrendering, the getting still part. Right? You might be like that, you might not be like that. It's not really good or bad, right or wrong, but just notice. Just let everything start to simmer down. We're going down the mountain now. I'm just yielding you guys to rest. So let's walk up to your hands. So keep the front leg. Your back leg will sweep all the way around to the front, and your left foot's going to go outside of your right knee, your right thigh. All right, so we're going to go seated spinal twist. Bend that right knee some more. Right. Find the sitting bones grounded. That left sitting bone tends to hike up here. And just hug your left leg and your torso into one another. And if you'd like to take this posture farther, kickstand your left hand behind you. Right. Inhale, reach your right arm up. And then use your exhale to come into this twist, hooking your right arm outside your left thigh. Sitting bones drop down, spine lifts up. Front body twists to the left, your back body's turning to the right. Just enjoy this nice spinal twist. So just your neck. You're just going to look towards your right shoulder now. Look all the way back behind you. And then untangle the twist. And we're going to find ourselves in pigeon pose on your left side. So we don't want any discomfort inside of your knee joints when we're working on opening the hips. Right? If that's the case, you can always lie down on your back and thread the needle in figure 4 position. Right? Unhinge the jaws. Just scan your body for those lingering layers of tension. Just get as still as you can here for about a minute. There you go. It's just minimal effort. You're going to walk up to your hands. And sweep your right leg all the way around to the front. So your right foot will go drop outside your left leg. And if you notice that your right hip is way up off the floor, you're more than welcome to straighten your left leg forward to allow that right sit bone to drop down. And take both of your arms, hug your right leg into yourself. Right? And lift that lumbar spine up away from the sacrum. And to progress this pose, take your right hand, kickstand it behind you. Inhale, stretch your left arm up, get as tall as you can, maximize your potential. And then exhale will facilitate the twist, hooking the left arm outside the right leg. Nice. But it's always helpful in this pose to bring awareness to the back of your body here. We often forget about the back of our body in the twist. And just feel that right side kidney right underneath the 12th rib. Turn, revolve all the way around the bottom borders of your rib cage into the left side chest. And You're going to shift your gaze towards the left shoulder. Let this side go. Untangle yourself, unravel the legs. Now bring your legs into a V shape. Toes north, kneecaps north. Get your pubic bone to drive down. Yeah, circle your arms out and up. Big breath in. Then keep the front spine long as you fold forward here. So if you're far away from the mat, grab a block, a pillow, a couch cushion, whatever you got nearby to support yourself. Give a nice reach through your inner heels. Walk yourself back up. So feet together, knees apart. Baddha Konasana. Sit up nice and tall. If it's hard for you to sit up tall here, prop under your seat. Blanket, pillow, whatever you got. If it's easy for you to sit up tall here, let's start to fold forward. Let's reach your chin forward. It's forward to descend down. The more you go forward, the more you go down. Walk yourself back up. Legs straight forward. Last pose before our last pose. Paschimottanasana. Arms lift as you breathe in. And exhale, forward to fold. If you need to bend your knees as much as you need to. This pose is, claiming some length through the back of your body, but more importantly, this pose is, soothing out your nervous system, calming you down, and preparing you for your Shavasana. Walk yourself up. Lie down on your back. Let your legs roll out. Let your palms roll open. Drape the back body. Across your mat, unhinge the jaws. Your breath runs free, so you're not controlling or manipulating the breath in any way. It's as if your breath breathes you through the pores of your skin. Your skin gets soft and shimmery. The roof of your mouth gets high and empty. A lot of space between your ears to listen to the distant, far-off noises. You sort of slip into this place of deep conscious rest. nourishing yourself from the inside out and the outside in. Shifting your attention back to the breath, bring some small movements back into the fingers, the toes, wrist, ankles, knees, elbows, hips, shoulders. Stretch your arms back, reach your legs forward. And welcome a long, slow, deep breath into the lungs. Get as long as you can. And then pop the cork. Bring your knees into the chest. Your right arm will fall behind you over your head. You just roll over to the right side. You can use that top arm to walk yourself up to a comfortable seated position. And we sit still and notice what you created. As a gesture of gratitude towards your practice, bring your palms together at your heart center. Bow your head. Lift your head, open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you for